Had a pretty good question from Eric, and this is good because both of you have worked with a lot of people. Let me close this out. In all different walks of life, especially you and Nsima. But Eric asks, can you discuss the impact of emotional eating and how a lot of people use food as an antidepressant and the impact quarantine is going to have on emotional eating, snacking, etc.?
Yeah. That's a tough one because like right now we've talked about quarantine and trying to figure out more things to do, especially if you don't have gym access, because before quarantine, a lot of people were using exercising, getting outside, getting together with people as ways to sometimes deal with stress, feel better. Even myself, through quarantine, I realized how much I like talking to the homies. It makes a big difference. So I've been making much more of an effort to get out and, go sit outside of my homie's porch and just talk and stuff like that, because I could feel myself wanting to pick up bad habits. And it's happening not just to me, but to people I work with too, because some people I work with still don't have gym access, etc. And yeah, if you in the past have resorted to food and you figure out a way to fix that before quarantine, and now that's happening again, you just gotta, right now it's gotta figure something else out again. Something else has to be figured out. If you don't have a gym or whatever, you got to figure out a way to do that. Because it's getting pretty bad for some people. So
I'd also say, is food an antidepressant? I would really question that. I understand what he's saying. I understand that people fill in gaps with certain habits and things like that. But look, man, your food is making you fucking depressed as shit. It's making you feel worse. That's the thing. That's the thing to remember. That's the thing to really pay attention to. Even just in going to the bathroom, your trips to the bathroom when you eat better, it changes everything. You very rarely have to all of a sudden out of nowhere run to the bathroom when your food is on point. Once you slip up, you did.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, right. It's actually it changes everything. Eating better is always better. It's always a better option for your body, for your brain. So I would just say, look, man, you have to understand that eating healthy is gonna help you to feel less depressed. Mm-hmm. Now we also need nutrients though. So I know that in this show we've been talking about eating less, and we've been talking about burning fat and things of that nature. But I want to make sure that we're clear that when we're talking about 1,500 calories and things like that, that is for people to mainly lose weight. But a lot of people just don't get enough nutrition. Period. They don't eat enough, or they don't eat enough nutritious foods. So there is that side of it as well. And if you want to feel good, if you want to feel better, you probably need to make sure that you're getting a good amount of nutrition from various food sources. Something like the vertical diet comes to mind, where there's a little bit of fruit in there, there's a little bit of carbohydrate in there, there's some fat in there, there's some protein in there. And Stan wants to eat kind of certain vegetables and things like that, and you're getting vitamins and minerals, and Stan's very big on making sure that you're getting in enough sodium and potassium in your diet. And all those things are all huge factors. And we've had people on the podcast before talking about there's a direct link between your stomach and your brain. And so don't think that sitting down with a Snickers bar is going to ever solve any problems for you. It's going to make it will taste good and it will be rewarding for the moment. But the next, does it last? Is it good the next day? Are you still are you going to go into work and be like, yo, you guys won't believe what I did last night. Right? No. It's not that exciting, you're you'd be like, you fat fuck, why'd you do that? Mm-hmm.
Think of it this way. Me and my friend were having a conversation the other day, and I don't know how we got on it, but he was like, would you ever pay for a hooker? And I was like, no, of course not. I don't think I would. Wait, follow me here. Cause no, that's no, I would have never put myself in a situation where that would be necessary. But when you think about it, bad food is it's like a cheap hooker. It feels great in the moment, potentially. I wouldn't know. Just saying. It feels great in the moment, but afterwards you feel all this regret, sadness. Maybe you want to cry because you just made a horrible mistake. And if you think of food in that sense, hey, it's like a cheap hooker. It's not good, especially that Snickers bar. Cheap hooker.
I think sex or even masturbation. I think it's all in the same. Sex, masturbation, food. I think they're all kind of in drinking alcohol. Like you think these things are going to be like great for you. They think they're going to be, and a lot of times they don't normally allow you to feel better about yourself. For some reason, we're tricked into thinking that they're going to. Well, because it's going to be like pleasurable, right? But then you're not thinking like it certainly doesn't build on your character any further, right?
Nope.
Robo Hobo says, "Hey, Snickers is a classy lady."
Hey, I agree with you, guy. I agree with you, my guy.
Dude. Not going anywhere for a while. That's their thing, right?
Yeah.
And during quarantine, you're like, yep, not going anywhere for a while. They always tear that top off perfectly.
How do they do that?
On that commercial, they tear the top off.
Perfect.
Yeah, every time, perfectly.
It's got a nice little handle and just perfect bite.
Yeah.
Snickers, if you're listening,
we love you.
Well, we love you, but you fucked us over pretty bad when you started to break up the bars. That's bullshit.
When did they start doing that?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
United States has never been the same since they did that. I don't know when they did.
All downhill since.
Yeah.
I wonder why. Was it a regulation issue? Because it doesn't make any sense. You had a great, perfect bar.
It's great having a giant bar.
Yeah, it really is.
Now you have two like mini bars. I think you can still get like a giant
Big
Snickers
old
bar, but
Maybe it's cheaper somehow.
Of course, yeah, because it's the same like size, but there's surface area in the middle. So now they're selling you a little bit of air where they used to be.
It's
candy.
like their guy got like a new machine or some shit, and
It only cuts half the size.
yeah, it only makes it this way. And
I remember being a kid.
somebody probably saved them tons of money by doing that.
Yeah,
though,
absolutely.
Right?
Yep. I remember being a kid and getting a king size Three Musketeers. It was like the size of me.
Bro.
You're like,
that fucking thing never ended. Like, 'cause it's so chewy.
King size bars, man, used to be my jam back in the day.